Now let us step back a little bit to what we talked about yesterday, okay, and we will put all of this into kind of a larger perspective. Okay, I will take the example of a state space model and then say how the other models are going to be interpreted in the form of a state space model, okay, and that is what we are going to talk about. Okay. So, the various why do we need this? Okay. So, first of all, when it comes to your modeling exercise, you need to define the model, or in general when you talk about model definition, what we mean by that is define what state is, okay. This is what I mean by a model definition. Okay. Let us say we are at a current time. Okay. Current time, somehow for what, in whichever way it might be, we have implemented our input, okay, and at the previous time, and we have reached the current time. Let us not worry about how that input was implemented. We have somehow implemented the input uk minus 1 and have now reached the time k. So, what are we going to do now? We have implemented uk minus 1, we have now sampled the output, okay. So, we know now what uk minus 1 is, okay. We have measured yk. In our memory, we have the state. What state we have? We have the state xk minus 1, okay. So, from xk minus 1 is in the memory. Okay. So, what we need to do now in order to go to the next step is, let us say now somehow through a control calculation or because an operator has changed the valve, we have uk. Once we have so from we have our uk minus 1, we have our xk minus 1, we want to figure out what our model prediction for yk is going to be, okay. So, from this part we have to is what is going to be incorporated into this is our information uk, okay. This is called state update. Once we get this, we can then determine what our output prediction, I will put a hat over there just because it is a model prediction, what our output prediction yk hat is going to be. Sorry, uk minus 1, yeah, thanks. It is not uk, it is uk minus 1, okay. So, we have our uk minus 1, we have our xk minus 1 coming in. Okay. Based on these two, we are going to determine our xk. Okay. That using the xk, we can determine what yk is. Okay. This xk for the next time becomes our xk minus 1, right. So, xk becomes one pass step when we have gone to k plus 1. Okay. So, that is just what we can call as memory update. Yeah, you do not have to do anything special with it. When you are writing your codes, your xk just gets rewritten. So, nothing, really do not need to do anything. How we are going to use for MPC? We need to use xk to predict the future. Okay. And how to do that, we are going to talk about in the next week's course. We are going to use this week, this module 3, in order to connect between module 2 and module 4. Okay, that is how I want you to think module 2, 3 and 4 come together. So, they are not disjointed pieces, but those are important parts of the same big story. So, how was the state defined? In the state space model, we just had the state xk and we let the state xk be just a general thing. How from xk, how do you determine what the output is going to be? From xk to get yk, you will get yk equal to c times xk. Okay. This is basically the output equation. How do you get the state update? This is how you will get the state update, right. What about the step response model? Step response models, okay, we will talk about impulse response also. In impulse response, we defined xk as uk minus 1, uk minus 2, okay. Output equation is yk is just h1 h2 up to hn multiplied by xk, okay. And in step response models, we had our xk defined as y0k. Again, I am going over here fast, I will come to this in the journal, so that it is much easier for you to understand. y1k and so on up to yn minus 1k. Okay, just remember the mistake that I did in yesterday's class. We do not require ynk, because ynk is exactly equal to yn minus 1k, okay, because we have only implemented inputs up till uk minus 1 at that stage. So, if this is the definition of step response model, what is going to be our yk? Yk is just going to be equal to y naught k, which is nothing but 1 0 0 0 multiplied by xk. Okay. Do not worry about this. How all of this comes, we will just talk about in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Any questions so far about this? So, various models for MPC. state definition for state space model, it is just xk, right. For impulse response model, and again let me re-emphasize, although I have said this multiple times, this is just a choice that we are making for impulse response models. We could have, in fact, if you are interested, you can rederive the impulse response models. If the definition of states for impulse response, if that was y0 k, y1 k, y2 k up to yk minus 1, k minus n plus 1, if that was the definition of your state for impulse response, how will your model change? You can try that as an exercise as well. Okay. The state definition for impulse response models was this is what we defined. The state definition for step response models was y0 k, y1 k, okay. I am just writing this for sake of completeness. Okay. So, how do you get compute your output? Okay. The output in state space model is just computed as C times xk. The output in case of impulse response model is summation hi k minus I equal to 1 to n, okay, which is nothing but h1, h2 and so on up to hn multiplied by okay. And this, of course, we can define this as our state. So, we can just write this in the shorthand in this manner. This is our yk. In this case, yk is nothing but, as I had said earlier, y0k, right. What does y0k mean? Y0k means it is yk assuming inputs up to uk minus 1 have been implemented. Input uk does not affect yk. That is the assumption that we have made literally from the first day of week 2. Okay. We do not have a direct feed through. Okay. That was also my response to the question from one of the students when you wrote state space models. Why did you write y equal to cxk and not yk equal to cxk plus duk? We are assuming d is 0 all throughout the entire course. We will assume d as 0. There is no direct feed through. We are looking at strictly causal models. Okay. DUK is still a causal model, it is just not a strictly causal model. We are just going to look at strictly causal models. This is our output definition. Okay. So, output definitions relatively straightforward, that is once you have your state in your memory, you can get the output. The question is, now when you go to the next time k plus 1, or from k minus 1 you have come to the current time k, how do you go from xk minus 1 to xk, or at the next time how do you go from xk to xk plus 1, and that is what model update. Oh, I am sorry, actually not model update, I should not use model update. That is what state update means. Okay. So, state update is xk plus 1 equal to axk plus buk, straightforward. Okay. What is the state update in impulse response models? At time k, the impulse response models was uk minus 1 to uk minus n. At time k plus 1, the impulse response model were uk minus 1 uk minus n plus 1. So, what do? Fairly simple, the implemented uk gets inserted at the top, everything moves one row below, last guy gets removed. Okay. So, how does the state update work? This is the state at k plus 1. This I will use a downward hat with the m shift operator multiplied by plus uk 0 0 0. You do not physically have to do this as a matrix multiplication. The downward shift operation basically means that this goes one below, this goes one below, this goes one below, this goes one below, this gets removed, this gets inserted, right, or in other words, want it simpler, okay, you remove uk minus n, you put uk at the top over here, move everyone down by 1. Okay. That is what the state update is. So, when it comes to impulse response model, you take the state, remove the bottom, shift everyone one level down, take the new input, put it at the top of that state, done. How do you get the output? Multiply this new guy with your impulse response coefficients. Okay. The state update for step response models also can be done equivalently, but I will do it in the next page because yes, we are running out of page. Okay. At k plus 1, what is the state defined as? State is defined as y0 k plus 1, y1 k plus 1, y2 k plus 1 y n minus 2 k plus 1 and y n minus 1 k plus 1. Okay. I have just written a few more elements, that is all, nothing else I have done. Okay. This is nothing but yk plus 1 with uk implemented. Okay. This is yk plus 1 which is yk plus 2 with uk implemented, but uk plus 1 equal to uk, right, to keep everything flat. Okay. Same way, this is yk plus 1 plus 2 which is yk plus 3 with uk implemented, and so on and so forth. This guy is nothing but yk plus 1 with uk minus 1 plus this guy is nothing but yk plus 2 with uk implemented plus, sorry, uk minus 1 implemented plus effect of uk. That is what superposition is. Okay. So, let us see what this means. Okay. Okay. This means y something and in brackets something else. What is there in the brackets? If uk minus 1 is implemented, what is there in the brackets? It is k, right. So, this guy. What should be the subscript? The subscript should basically be something that this plus this will be equal to this plus this. So, what is that going to be? That is just going to be 3. Okay. Remember what the state was at, so I will just erase this part. What state was at k? At k the state was y0 k, y1 k, y2 k, so on, yn minus 2 k, y n minus 1 k. Okay. So, this guy is nothing but y3 k. Let me write this over here, one more item we will put. Okay. So, this is going over here. Okay. yk plus 2 with uk minus 1 implemented is nothing but y2k. Okay. So, this gets shifted over here. Same way, this is getting shifted over here. This is getting shifted over here. What comes over here is this same guy. Okay. So, this shift operation takes care of all this that I have written. So, let us erase this part. What we need to add? We need to add plus the effect of uk. What is the effect of uk on k plus 1? Is S1 multiplied by, not by uk, but S1 multiplied by delta uk. We talked about that, right, because S is with respect to the step. How much is the step? Step is in relationship with where it was previously. Okay. So, the first guy is going to be S1 delta UK, the second guy is S2 delta UK, third guy is S3 delta UK, or because this is just matrix multiplication, okay. So, what is the state update going to be? It is shift operation and if you go previously, how do you get the output? Output is just the first element of your state. So, at every time k, what do? At every time k, you measure your output, okay. You compute your output using your model and then you update your state. You can do it that way, or you can do first update the state and then compute the output, and next time you can keep doing that. Okay. So, how do you update the state? We are going to update the state by shifting the state by 1, okay, and adding the effect of the new input. How do you extract the output? Just remove the first guy. Okay. In FIR or FSR models, you actually do not have to do matrix multiplication. You can very well do the matrix multiplication. We talked about it yesterday. Now, question is, how do you expand this to a CISO system? A MIMO system. Okay. We just talked about this as a CISO system just for convenience. If you want to do to the MIMO system, when literally nothing changes, only thing that will change is this U's becomes U bars, Y becomes Y bars. And SS becomes S bars. Okay. Let us say our U, in the case of the blending system, right, U was a 3 into 1 vector and Y was a 2 into 1 vector. What does that mean? Our S is going to be a 2 by 3 matrix. That is all. 2 by 3 matrix, 2 by 3 matrix, 2 by 3 matrix, 2 by 3 matrix, n number of times at time 1, time 2 up to time n, that multiplied by delta UK, which is a 3 by 1 vector. Let us say n was 10, right. So, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3 means 20 by 3. 20 by 3 multiplied by 3 by 1 is what? 20 by 1, right. Let us look at what does shift operation mean. You have our Y naught is 2 by 1 vector, 2 by 1 vector, 2 by 1 vector 10 times. What does shift mean? You do not get rid of one number, but you get rid of one vector, which means you get rid of one 2 by 1 vector. How much will everything be shifted? Everything will be shifted by 2. Where 2 comes from? The dimension of the output. Okay. What gets repeated at the bottom? Last 2 elements gets repeated at the bottom. Okay. So, you have a 20 vector, get rid of the top 2, shift the remaining 18 by 2, repeat the last 2 once again at the bottom, you are done with shifting, add it to a 20 by 3 matrix multiplied by a 3 by 1 vector, that becomes a 20 by 1 vector. 20 by 1 vector plus a 20 by 1 vector gets your new state. How do you extract your output? Simple, just the first two elements. Do not extract only the first element, extract the first two elements and you are done. Okay. And that is the reason why we talked about this being a naturally MIMO, because everything that we did, we really talked about seesaw, but there was nothing that really was seesaw about it. Just because it is a linear system, it is pretty much MIMO. Cool? Alright, any questions? Okay. By probably say 3 or 3:30 p.m. today, you should have the access to the MATLAB grader. Okay, if you do not, maybe write an email, I will put the instructions on Moodle. Okay, see you at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, thanks.